Live from the historic Ham Building in St. Paul, it's the Haberdasher's Couch. I'm Kendrick, inviting you to the show, starring Heimie and Dorset, featuring Todd Walker, also featuring Amye Scharlau. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Heimie.
Hello, this is Amye the Hypnotist for Heimie's Haberdashery. You will notice that I am not at Heimie's at this moment. I am in beautiful Manitou Springs, Colorado. In fact, I am in Manitou Springs, Colorado. And today we are going to be talking about remembering names, because I am on the road. I am the world's worst snowbird. I am on the road during the summer, and then I come back to Minnesota for the winter. And I work at the Renaissance festivals, and there's so many people I know either by location or I only know their character names. So I don't know if your name is Lord Raven or Bill. Now, one of the best ways to actually remember names is to repeat it as soon as you can after you meet someone. So, and even if you have to repeat it for a second and say it's Bill, right? People are totally cool with that. Another really good thing to do is to come up with some sort of a device to remember their name. Like if their name is, say, I don't know, Ravenclaw. Imagine a raven sitting on their shoulder. I have a friend named Steve. I met him. He was wearing a blue and white striped shirt, and I just imagined his name on blue and white with each letter spelling it out on a banner, and it's been working great. I always remember his name. Most people think that they're really bad at remembering names, but really what happens with most people is that they're not paying attention. So if you pay attention, you repeat their name, you're going to remember it. So a big hello to Heimie's Haberdashery. Pay attention, Heimie's is opening a new location, and I will be seeing you more on Coffee Talk.
It's Todd About Town, Todd Walker, entertainment, travel, and more. Hey Todd, what's new?
It is summer fun. Todd always comes to the table with top 10 things to do in the summertime. We're going to just talk about what it is that we do in the summertime to keep ourselves entertained. Todd, thanks for coming to the couch.
You know, here's the deal. We're approaching the last maybe month of summertime, so I thought we would maybe have a little bit of banter, give people ideas of things they can do before Labor Day,
right?
And some of these last-minute deals. What happens all the time is that people will say, "Oh my gosh, summer's now over, and I feel like I haven't done anything."
It's like
so we are
July
going to share.
17th, no, July 21st.
I know. So now we're going to share things that you want to put on that list of things to do. So,
Todd,
do you have a top one?
It's patio season.
It is patio season.
And every day, it's either... So I spend most of my time after hours outside until 9:30. You know.
Where?
Night.
At home or where?
Well, either outside doing something, right? It could be boating. It could be at the beach. It could be dining out.
What's one of your favorite patios?
My favorite patios has always been W.A. Frost.
Yeah, W.A. Frost is a charming patio.
It's my favorite patio because there's birds back there.
Yeah.
It's a neighborhood setting, and I absolutely love it.
That always makes one of the top patios. And now, if we're going to talk patios, you also might want to consider going to Handsome Hog, which is just across the street.
Right.
Excuse me, from W.A. Frost, and they have a beautiful patio outside.
Yes.
And it's just a really nice little environment.
Yeah, get up there and support Justin too.
Yep.
So they could use that.
That's a nice spot. Now, I'm going to say one of my top selections of something that you want to do if you want to get out on the water and you want to enjoy the summer. A lot of people don't know about this, but the Parks and Recreation has kayaks in lockers in various spots along the Mississippi.
Yeah.
And you go in, you simply put in your code, you pull out, because you sign up in advance, you pull out your kayak, everything is in there. You have your life jackets, your paddles, everything that you need to kayak, and you can pick them up, like let's say in Minneapolis, all the way down by, let's say, where the sample room is, if you know where that is, or Psycho Susie's. Yeah. You can pick them up down there, and then you can go all the way down here to Harriet Island, and you can put it back in the locker, and then you have a car at the other end.
You know how all those scooters are laying around town, tipped over and everything. It's funny you say kayaks, because the other day I was walking across Jackson Street down here, and there's a dang kayak in the middle of the road.
No.
Somebody had left their kayak there.
Well,
I'm just
oh,
kidding
geez.
you. I'm just kidding you. Make sure you put your kayaks back once you use them.
But no, that is a great thing to do.
Yeah,
Because
that is
people
good.
want to get
Yeah.
out on the water and
Well,
enjoy it.
you don't realize-
And if you don't want to buy a kayak, if you don't want to rent a kayak, you can simply do this program. And like I said, have somebody park a car at one end,
Right.
take the kayak all the way down. You can stop along
Right.
the way. It's
And
a really
Todd,
great deal.
You get to see the beautiful river from a different perspective. You don't realize how much nature
Yep.
is still on the Mississippi and the St. Croix for that matter, right?
Right. Now, go ahead. You can share one of yours.
So, well, but I was just going to say it's music festival season.
Yep.
Right? And Mears Park just had their
They have Music and Mirrors.
Music and Mirrors, yep.
Lower Town Sounds, it's called now.
Okay,
So
yep,
they
yep.
have that, and on Thursday nights, and also on some of the Thursday nights in Rice Park, they also have.
Yeah, they have the Como Pavilion. They have a live
Yep.
band every night. So
Yep.
check that out. That's a really nice little venue down
Yep,
there.
it is. It's very
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
It's very
yeah.
nice. Now, also on Como Park now, this is the first year where they have swan boats. So you can
Oh.
go out in these boats and you can
Right.
paddle around, and that's just kind of a nice, charming little date thing to do as well.
Yeah, and it's hard because there's so many things you want to do outside. So then talking about going to Como Zoo or to the Minnesota Zoo.
Yep.
Because they have the things that you do outside there, and I love that.
All right, now something that you might want to put on your list if you have, if you're newly dating. A good friend of mine just did this last night, and he brought it to my attention. It's very cool, and it is a flower fields in Hugo, and you can drive up to Hugo, and they have pizza food trucks or pizza
Right,
wagons that are
right.
there. So you can put in an order for your pizza, you bring your picnic goods,
Yeah.
and you can go sit in these flower fields, and then you pick bouquets when you leave, and you can leave with the bouquets.
So let me take you down,
Sure.
because we're going to
Well, you certainly wrecked the date night
flower
idea.
fields. Hey, you know what? And what I like to do in the summertime, and is cruising down the St. Croix Valley to all ice cream shops.
What's your
ice cream shops.
favorite ice cream spot?
Marine on St. Croix, there's a little ice cream shop just behind the Mercantile there.
Okay.
They have some of the best flavors, and it overlooks the old dam where they used to actually have a mill there that they processed all the wood. So they really built Stillwater from that wood that they got from this mill.
Okay, well.
But the ice cream is, who's your favorite
Well,
ice cream
here's
shop?
what the deal. Next week, what we're going to do is we are going to share the
don't we
top
go
ice
ice
cream.
cream shop?
The top ice. We can do it in front of an ice cream
Yeah,
shop.
yeah.
The top ice cream places in the Twin Cities.
Right.
You're going to pick yours. I'm going to pick mine, and we're going to share what are the top ice cream shops.
So if you and I went to a baseball game,
Yep, the St. Paul Saints game.
and I sat there and I asked questions like, why does that guy go back and forth between second and third? And you're like, we probably should have came to a game, but we'd have fun, right?
I know. And the St. Paul Saints
we'd have
games,
fun.
St.
Yeah.
Paul Saints games are very fun. And then there's so many festivals. One of them I would put on your list. It's called India Fest,
Mm-hmm.
and it happens in front of the state capitol, and it's completely free. And they have the Bollywood dancers.
Oh,
they have
cool.
all the food from India.
Right.
They have crafts set up, and they have demonstrations on their stages. And it is the nicest group of people that I've ever worked with as a
Right.
reporter. And it is just really a lot of fun to attend.
What's going on with any of the like the Shakespeare and Company, the theater groups that perform?
Shakespeare in the Park?
Yeah, Shakespeare in the Park.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have brought that back, but I'll look into it. I'll
Okay,
let you know
good,
next
good.
week.
Because that's something I always really like going to, is
Yep.
that live Shakespeare experience
Yep.
outside. And then, of course, one of my favorite things to do in the summertime is to go eat a corn dog at the State Fair, which we talked about
Yep, I
last
know.
week.
Yep. Minnesota State Fair
Yeah.
foods. Yes, we
Yeah,
can do.
yeah.
You can certainly do that.
Yep.
Take some time. Go out to Valley Fair. Take that in. We talked about being on the river.
Valley Fair.
You can always go on the Jonathan Paddleford
Right.
if you want to spend some time
Yeah.
floating down the river. Now I want to talk about quickly just some of my favorite destinations for weekend road trips. Now, I just went last weekend and had an amazing time. We went sailing on Pepin and then spent time in Stockholm.
When last weekend?
And Friday I sailed on Pepin, and then Saturday we did the annual art fair in Stockholm and walked around Stockholm and did that whole
Okay,
area
so
on
check
Pepin.
this out. I was in Lake Pepin on Saturday.
Oh, really?
I was on that riverboat.
Oh, you're kidding.
The paddle.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
an actual real paddle
Paddle
boat
boat.
that paddles
Yeah.
water.
And it's just wonderful. So if you haven't spent time on Lake Pepin,
Oh my God.
it's definitely something you might want to consider doing. So Lake Pepin, go there, hit those areas of Stockholm.
Just one couple factoids. Lake Pepin is
A river. It's not a lake.
It's a lake.
No,
It is a
it's
lake. No, it is a lake. The channel goes through the backside, and that's what constitutes a lake.
But it's
there's no current.
But it's the Mississippi.
As rated by the federal government of what lakes are, it's defined as a lake, and it is one of the largest lakes on the waterway, the Mississippi waterway.
Okay, but it is. You can get there on the Mississippi. But definitely for a road trip, do that. For a road trip, head up to Duluth and take in. They have the Canal Park, and then they have this another newer park that has great breweries, great restaurants, and then Grand Marais. It's always a great trip time to go up and spend some time there.
If you can, you want to beat the heat, get up to Grand Marais because it's like 65 degrees during the day with a nice north wind and lots of food, lots of fun, lots of adventure. Up on the hill, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, beat the heat and get up north.
Yeah, those are some great road trips.
Yeah.
So next week, we are going to talk
So
ice
is Lake
cream.
Superior Lake?
Lake Superior is a lake.
How do you know it's a lake?
Well,
How do you know
because-
where the river doesn't run through it?
Lake Superior is a lake. I'm going to be heading
It's
up
the
to...
largest freshwater lake in the
True.
world.
I'm going to be heading up to Bayfield and the Apostle Islands next week. Yeah.
Todd, it's always amazing that you kind of live the life of Riley.
I don't think so. You got to take advantage of Minnesota summers as long as you can. But yes, if you have ice cream suggestions, we're going to talk favorite ice cream shops next week.
Awesome. So those are about the top 10 things that Todd and I like to do. And I want to thank Todd once again for joining us, and have a great, adventurous weekend.